One. We're back.
All right. This is the HAM-Grenada.
HAM-Grenada.
Sorry, Lewis. Probably don't want too many people to know about this. This story
Wait, is this a breaking story?
I wouldn't call it breaking because I think... Well, I know. This story started on July 7th, 2008.
Oh, my God.
Way back.
Oh, wow.
It's sort of been...
Done some digging.
It's sort of been rolling since then. Yeah, I had to find some info. There's a handful of characters involved in this story. About four main ones. Lewis Hamilton, one of them for sure. So if you didn't know, his grandfather is from Grenada,
Okay.
which is an island in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his father, Lewis's father, spent some time growing up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Lewis spent some time as a kid there, probably visiting his grandfather. This also involves this guy here, Dr. Keith Mitchell, who's on your screen. Dr. Keith Mitchell is the leader of the new National Party of Grenada.
Mm.
He's the former prime minister from 2003 to 2008. Another man named Tillman Thomas. There he is right there. He is the leader of the National Democratic Congress, the opposition party of Grenada.
Okay.
It also involves a man named ISSA Nichols, who is a Trinidadian businessman, multimillionaire. There he is right there. He's an older gentleman.
Hey, bud.
And it revolves around the Grand Beach Resort on Grand Anse Beach in Grenada, which is on a bunch of lists of some of the most beautiful beaches in the entire world. Here's some photographs of the resort.
This place looks fantastic.
It looks incredible.
Just look at the water.
Yeah, look at the water there.
Oh.
The beach is white. The car is actually Mercedes colored. The Mercedes Formula One color.
Oh my God.
It's a badass beach, right?
Yeah. This whole place. I just want to go there.
So, this is why everybody's so mad.
They have great weather and beaches.
Grenada had national elections on July 8th, 2008.
Okay.
The night before, the leader of the new National Party, who was prime minister at the time,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Keith Mitchell, signed a deal with Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton owns a company called Time Burke Holdings Limited.
Okay.
Time Burke Holdings. One day before the election, Dr. Keith Mitchell gave to Lewis Hamilton a freehold contract for the property on which this resort sits on the beach, right?
Oh, shit.
So this man, Dr. ISSA Nichols, up until then, had a 99-year lease. That man right there. A 99-year lease on the beach because this was government-owned land, which the resort sits on. He had a 99-year lease to be the tenant of that land, keep that resort up and running. And the lease agreement was a payment of $250,000 a year to the federal government of Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So the day before the elections, the prime minister gave to Lewis Hamilton the freehold to this property. This man, ISSA Nichols, had a lease from the government.
Right.
He gave the land to Lewis.
Oh, my God.
The next day, Dr. Keith Mitchell lost the election to Tillman Thomas and the New Democratic Party, who was prime minister. They ruled the country from 2008 until 2012. Right?
Okay.
They're pissed.
Yeah, no kidding.
They spent that 4 years because this man, Dr. Keith Mitchell, promised to the people that he would bring Lewis Hamilton back to Grenada. Mm-hmm. He's got his genetics, his roots are from there.
Yeah.
Bring him back. Part of the deal for giving Time Burke Holdings, which is Lewis Hamilton, the freehold to the land was in return, Lewis would pay $15 million, East Caribbean dollars,
right,
which are worth about 30 American cents each, something like that.
Okay.
In return for 4 years of promotion of this island, which they don't the island doesn't have a lot of exports or GDP. They grow spices there. It's one of the spice islands, I guess.
Right.
They don't have a lot else, and they've been on. They had money problems there,
Right.
as a lot of Caribbean islands do. So in Lewis's capacity as a world champion, one of the best drivers in the world at Grenada, he would represent his country, big him up,
Yeah.
bring people there.
Big 'em up.
Part of the deal as well was that Lewis would buy the resort from ISSA Nichols. There's the island, yeah. If you want to look on the map, it's in the middle, right in the middle of the Caribbean. This is where it gets interesting. I wouldn't exactly say it's confusing, but it's interesting. ISSA Nichols, who had the 99-year lease, whose land was given to Lewis for this in this deal, still owned the hotel there, right? But he wasn't exactly maintaining it. Part of the deal for Lewis getting this freehold was that the government assumed, wrongly, that Lewis would buy the resort from this billionaire investor, the Trinidadian ISSA Nichols, build it up to a 5-star status, and hire a bunch of locals to work the resort, do the construction, do the painting, do maintenance, do tourism, because people would come there. None of that happened.
Oh, no.
So Lewis paid this man, ISSA Nichols, $4 million out of the originally agreed price was $40 million. EC dollars, East Caribbean dollars.
Yeah.
$40 million. Lewis paid him $4 as a down payment, took the freehold of the land from the government, signed that, and never paid the rest. So he tried to make a last-minute deal with this billionaire to get the land cheaper, to get the resort, cheaper. But it didn't happen. It fell through. ISSA Nichols took the resort, gave a lease on the control of the resort to Radisson Hotels, who run it now, for him. But the problem for the island now, the reason the island is pissed, is because that was crown land. It was government land, which was leased to this man who built a resort there.
Right.
He paid $250,000 a year for 99 years to run that. The thing is, Lewis Hamilton has the freehold to the land now. So he's been collecting. He believes he is the rightful collector. He's the owner of that land.
Yeah.
ISSA Nichols and Radisson is his tenant. He collects that yearly lease payment now because he owns the land. The government doesn't.
So the money doesn't go back to the government.
Exactly.
It goes to Lewis Hamilton.
Exactly. The people there are kind of pissed. It's a small country. They sort of have a lot of sense of community. They support their own.
Yeah.
Obviously, Formula One, motor racing in general is not big there.
No.
As with a lot of the Caribbean islands, big sports there, track and field, cricket, soccer, basketball.
Yeah.
That's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Maybe football, which I guess soccer, I guess. I don't know.
So, what has Lewis Hamilton said anything about this?
Yes, he has.
Oh, really?
Let me take a sip of water.
This is big, man.
Well, it's a big story for the island. It's a big story for the character of Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Or I guess whatever people thought that he was. So, the government under the National Democratic Congress, Tillman Thomas, the guy who's against Lewis, not the man who sold the land to him, or more or less gave it to him. He took the side of the people and tried to get the land back from Lewis. Lewis then turned around and sued the country. He retained as his lawyer the former Attorney General of Grenada, who is on his side, obviously, agrees with Lewis. He was the Attorney General under the Prime Minister who sold the land to Lewis.
Oh, fuck.
His name is Jimmy Bristol. His law firm is called Henry and Bristol. Lewis Hamilton's law firm. So basically they won. Time Burke Holdings, Lewis's company, now collects the lease payments from ISSA Nichols. And after that was settled, in close to the end of 2014 into the start of 2015, Lewis Hamilton it was already filed, but he proceeded with a case to have ISSA Nichols removed from the property. Like basically have
like GTFO, man.
Yeah, basically have
Wow.
the equivalent of the Grenadan sheriffs go in, take the keys, lock the doors, lock the fence, and kick out the Radisson who works for him. Kick him out.
Yeah.
And it's shady and it's not, I guess.
Yeah.
A big part of Lewis's case is that in Grenada, for the crown to take back this land, basically, you have to put notice. They have to put notice. They have to put a sign on the property that says this is going to be expropriated back by the government, etc., etc. There should be 2 signs of notice on the property, as well as, I guess, phone calls they have to contact the leaseholder, the landowner, the freehold owner. Apparently, the government only put 1 sign there.
No.
Out instead of the 2.
Oh, no.
You see that in a big city like here. Like, there's going to knock down a place and put a condo. They put a notice there for a few months so people know what's going on.
Yeah.
This is the backbone of the case there. So that's more or less the story. This is ongoing. Grenadans are pissed.
Yeah, absolutely.
The country is pissed. Interestingly, the new National Party, the party which gave Lewis the freehold, is back in power. Right? They won the election again. They re-won the election back in 2012, towards the end of the year.
Okay.
So they're back in power. And I guess part of that was this Dr. Keith Mitchell, who gave the land away, which everyone's mad about.
Yeah.
A big part of his campaign was that if he was elected, if the people gave him power, that he was going to lure Lewis Hamilton back to the island to represent Grenada again and boost up this resort. Look at the resort again, though. It is really beautiful. It's really nice.
It's kind of insane.
Yeah. But I guess you can actually...
Is this it? Spiceland Beach?
I didn't bring any links here, but if you want to look it up, like you can see like some Yelp reviews and stuff that it needs maintenance work, which was part of this deal. Was Lewis was supposed to go there, like replace the broken sinks, I guess, paint the walls, bring it back up to standard, like just like any building, it deteriorates. But it's extremely beautiful. But something you notice out of all these pictures is there's no people in them.
No, well, there's 2 people here.
There's 2 people there, but
you could have just photoshopped them in,
right? So
yeah, no, it's eerily empty.
Yeah. So as it stands right now, I believe that the Radisson is still running the hotel. I believe under ISSA Nichols, who's still there. I don't think the case to remove ISSA Nichols has been settled. But Lewis is getting those lease payments. He paid $4 million as a down payment, which he lost. But he's collecting, $250,000 a year. So I guess he's just going to keep fighting, and who knows. But even if he wins this case, why would he show his face back there? Everyone's going to be pissed, right?
Yeah,
all the Grenadans. Right? Right.
I just don't even know what to say to this sort of like...
Yeah,
If the idea was just if this was like some sort of investment...
Which it was.
Which it still can be. But why wouldn't you put some money... Like, if this is not... Like, if this is sort of your second home, right, where your family comes from, would you not actually want to invest it? Because it's beautiful. It's fucking super nice.
It is. It's so nice. But this part of the argument was Lewis paid ISSA Nichols, the guy who owns the buildings there, $4 out of $40 million, a 10% down payment.
Yeah.
And then tried to negotiate him down and said, that's too much money. It's $40 million East Caribbean dollars.
Right.
So actually, if you convert it here, I've done that, it works out to $14 million US.
Oh, shit.
So really, Lewis, at this point, he's really only put about $1.5 to $2 million US into this for a gigantic beachfront property in the Caribbean Sea, which is one of National Geographic's most beautiful beaches, the most the top beach in Grenada.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Plus the resort, which he's gonna win. You
Yeah.
see that ISSA Nichols guy is probably like 80 years old,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah, he's ancient.
He's ancient. Apparently a tough negotiator.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I don't know.
Oh,
I guess Lewis got
holy.
nothing but time, right? He's only 30.
Yeah.
So I guess he can afford
He can
to
just do
push this
whatever he
back a
wants.
little bit, yeah. So I don't know. We'll keep following this. This has been playing out anyways for 8 years now. It's
Oh, okay.
2016, 9
Okay.
years, I guess. So
Well, I guess when this
8
first
years.
started out, he didn't have that much money.
yeah,
As-
not like he
now
does
that-
now.
Yeah, now
yeah.
he's got.
Yeah,
well,
he
we
was
talked
just
about at the beginning of the
it's
episode.
basically like his second year of F1. He was
Mhm.
getting paid though.
Yeah. He's getting paid.
He was getting paid. He could afford that
Yeah.
island resort anyways.
Good God.
Crazy story, right?
Yeah, no, that's insane.
'Cause I don't know.
I love it.
I've loved this guy. I've been following his career since he got into F1, since
Yeah.
he started. One of the top drivers, one of my favorite guys, a great character. But I don't know. In a way,
He's
he's
somewhat shady.
in a lot of ways actually he's in the right.
Yeah.
The government gave him the land. He signed a freehold.
Yeah.
He bought the freehold. I don't know. Judge for yourself, I suppose.
Yeah.
Judge for yourself.
Sleep on it.
Yeah, I guess they're all sleeping on it.
Sleeping on the white beaches.
Beautiful, beautiful. Anyways, let's finish this off with the stupid stories of the week.
All right, what do we got, Danny?
Well,
Oh,
let's,
you gonna cut it?
let's
Okay,
do
let's cut
separate.
it.
Let's do it separate. Let's do it separate. Let's do it separate.